Hello, in this video I will explain to you on how to find out the Norton equivalent in this circuit here that is given by the problem. So we need to find two things to find out Norton equivalence. The first one here will be the Norton current or IN. So the first step will be finding IN, and then the second step will be finding the Norton resistance, right? Find RN. Finding Rn is a little bit tricky because we have a dependent source, and we will take care of it later. But first, we need to find out what is IN. IN is the short circuit current. So we take short of this AB terminal, and then IN is this current here. This is IN. And I think I will use nodal analysis here, or no? I think I will have to use mesh analysis. So let's do this here as I1. Okay, and then this here is I2. And then this loop here is I3. Okay, but then we can also extract some information from here. Okay, Ix is going down, but I1 is going up. So Ix is equal to minus I1. Good. And then here, I3 is exactly the current that is supplied by this current source, which is 2Ix. So we'll have 2Ix. But then 2Ix, remember that Ix is minus I1. I will have this as minus 2I1. Good. Now what can we do? We can do KCL, KVL at I1 and I2, right? So we will have to use it. So we'll have KVL at I1 here. Is KVL at I1? KVL said that the sum of the voltage in a loop will equal to 0. And let's start from this 4 ohm resistor. I will have 4I1 here. And that means that here I will have plus 10 because the current goes from the positive terminal to the negative terminal. So I have plus 10 ohm, and all of that will equal to 0. So we will have 4I1 that will equal to minus 10. I will have I1 is equal to minus 2.5 ampere. But then that means that Ix is 2.5 ampere, right? 2.5 ampere. And then here I will have this minus 2 multiplied by minus 2.5. And so I will have I3 here. I3 is equal to 5 ampere. Good. Now that leaves us with KVL on I2, right? So we need to do KVL at I2. Okay, KVL said that the sum of the voltage in a loop will equal to 0. And let's start from this 10-volt voltage source. So I will have minus 10. And then plus, we will have 5. We are working on I2 here, so I will have I2 came first. However, here I3 is flowing to the opposite direction. So I will have minus I3, but I3 is 5 ampere. So I have minus 5. Good. So I will have this equal to 0. Now let's do some math here. I will have 5I2 minus 25. And that will equal to 10. So I will have 5I2 is equal to 35. And then I2 is equal to 7 ampere. Okay, that is good. Why? Because I2 is the same as IN, right? So I will have IN here is equal to I2, which is 7 ampere. So I will have 7 ampere here. Good. And that is the value of IN, which is the first value that we need. Okay, let's move on and let's find out what is the Norton resistance. Okay, let's clean up our circuit and the slide. Okay, the second step is to find Rn here. Okay, the first step that we need to do is we turn off all the independent sources, right? Turn off all independent sources. Independent sources. And so we turn off this 10-volt voltage source. So we replace this by short circuit. So this will be replaced by short. And let's exactly do that. Okay, after we short this voltage source, we need to put the dummy source here in the terminal AB because we have dependent sources. So we will have this one here as 1 volt dummy source. And then we need to find out what is I0 that goes there, right? And then we can calculate Rn using Ohm's law. So we will have 1 volt divided by I0. However, we still need to find out I0. Okay, let's see here. Here we have short circuit here. So all the current will goes into this branch here instead of this resistor. And what does that mean? That means that Ix here is equal to 0. Okay, and then Ix, because this is dependent on Ix, I will have 2Ix here also equal to 0. And what does the branch 0 means? That is equal to open circuit, right? So this one here and this one here is equal to open circuit. Okay, and what can we do? So we simplify this circuit more. So here is the simplification of our circuit, and this is very simple circuit, right? We can just use Ohm's law to find I0. So we will have I0 here is equal to 1 volt divided by 5 ohm. Okay, and the unit will be in ampere, but then we can calculate Rn, right? So I will have Rn here is equal to 1 volt divided by 1 over 5. And so I will have our Norton resistance is equal to 5 ohm. Therefore, I will have Rn here is equal to 5 ohm. And so we have the two most important values that we need. And let's do the last step that we need to do is to draw the circuit. Draw the Norton equivalent circuit. Okay, let's do that. Okay, to draw the Norton circuit, we can just draw a current source here that going up if the value is positive. And it is positive because that is 7 ampere. So we'll have 7 ampere here. And then it will be in parallel with 5 ohm resistor. 5 ohm resistor, and we will have terminal A and B in the far right corners. So we will have A and we also have B, and this is the Norton equivalent circuit. Okay, hopefully I did not make any mistakes in my calculation. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.